What have you guys been up to for the past couple of months since you were crowned in June?
Since being crowned in June, Camryn and I have had the opportunity to promote a few different organizations. At the national level, Miss America has partnered with the American Heart Association. So we've been doing a lot of fundraising for them. We both individually raised over $3,000 for the American Heart Association. Then we both have our own community service initiatives that we promote during our years of service. So mine is Communication is Key, unlocking the stigmas around communication disorders. And Camryn will share a little bit about hers.
So my community service initiative is It's Okay, championing mental health and the performing arts. And throughout my year so far, I have been able to teach mental health seminars and dance classes, combining the values of It's Okay, which has been something that's super special and something that's so important to me.
Well, let's talk about your initiatives. What inspired you to take on these particular topics? Was it something you saw headlines, or was it something that you experienced personally? What was the genesis of these initiatives?
While competing, I knew that I had the background of a speech pathologist, but didn't really know how to use that knowledge and expertise to be able to promote my own community service initiative. So it took me a little longer to adjust it to what it is today. But getting into the field of speech pathology, that started years back when I was working in a daycare. And I met a young boy who communicated in a non-typical manner. So he usually used outbursts or other physical cues to express his wants and needs. And while this wasn't really taken well from the providers in the facility, it taught me that I needed to find a way to help individuals find a way to communicate. And that's what brought me into the field of speech pathology and then ultimately becoming my community service initiative.
How about you, Cam?
So my advocacy for mental health not only stems from my own mental health struggles in a competitive dance environment, it also stems from my teammates' mental health struggles, my family members' mental health struggles. But I also thought it was so important to bring it into a pageant light or enter the pageant world when we saw the death of Chesley Christ, Miss USA 2019, and her suicide. We see it in so many competitive environments, and it's constantly making negative impacts.
Now, what have you been doing thus far to prepare for the nationals, which are, all of next month now?
There's a lot of prep that goes into it. We have the honor of working with our prep team that includes a few former Miss Connecticut's, individuals who worked with Miss Connecticut in the past, and they have truly set us up for success on the national stage. We practice every single week, our talent, our fitness, our evening gown walks, interviews, but also doing the job of Miss Connecticut and Miss Connecticut's teen has prepared us for the role as well. So every time we're in the community, every time we're able to interact with individuals, those moments prepare us for the titles of Miss America and Miss America's teen.
Now, have you had a chance to connect with the fellow title holders? I know sometimes still in the past they've had retreats where y'all gather, or is it mostly just kind of online, and you're not going to get a chance for in real life meetings until actual January?
So I know Monica and I both, we were able to meet with Miss New York and Miss New York's teen. We attended the Miss New York pageant this year. I think that's all we have both met. When I toured the University of Alabama this past November, I got to meet Miss Maryland's teen, Miss Idaho's teen, and Miss Virginia's teen, which is something that's super special. But I think other than that, most of our communication has been online, but it's been so amazing because we've been able to get to know each other, even though we haven't been able to see each other physically or in person until about 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, how about you? How the miss has been communicating?
A lot of social media. We're a little old school because we're the old ones of the group. So we use GroupMe instead of using Snapchat or other forms, but we all take every opportunity to talk to each other. We just found out for the Miss that our roommates had been released. So I'm going to be rooming with Miss DC. So the other day we spent hours on the phone, catching up, getting to know each other. And that's just a little glimpse into the sisterhood, because once we get there, we'll be able to bond so much more and have these friendships for life.
Have you found out your roommate yet, Cam?
Yes. Oh, yes. Mine is actually Miss Delaware's teen, who I also got to meet at Miss New York, and we got to meet Miss New Jersey's teen. Oh my gosh.
And Miss Louisiana.
And Miss Louisiana.
Well, I mean, how will it feel to be in a room with, 51, women? Is Puerto Rico? I'm not certain Puerto Rico is doing it, but 50 other young women who want the same thing you want, have similar but different experiences. I mean, how will that feel to actually meet them in person?
Someone in our group chat actually sent something. I pulled it up right here because this is like a perfect description of what it's like. And it says, she isn't interested in being pit against other successful women. She knows that no one could ever be as amazing as she is. And she also knows that she can never be as amazing as they are. No two galaxies are the same. And there's so much beauty in that. And this, like when she sent this, it just spoke to me so much because that's a true testament of what we are all going through in this opportunity together. We all bring something totally unique to the table. So no matter who walks out as Miss America or Miss America's Teen, it's going to be someone very deserving of the role. So I'm very excited to meet all of the amazing women that we are competing alongside, but also just growing alongside.
Now, I mean, both of you been, doing pageants for a while. Cam, since she was, little. Monica, you've been in part of the Miss America system for a while. I mean, how does it feel now to be so close to what you were dreaming about? And then it'll also soon all be over.
Cam, you can go.
Okay. Honestly, I feel like it's just so surreal. Like you said, I've been a part of the Miss America opportunity. I started as what was then the Princess program since I was 3 years old. And honestly, if you would have asked 3-year-old me, I could see myself in these shoes. Like I would be like, yeah, obviously I'm going to Miss America's Teen. Like, what do you mean? But there has been so many struggles or hardships along the way that there were times where I would have never imagined myself with this crown on talking to you today. So it's just so special because like I said, there are so many hardships that went into where I am today. And I'm just so grateful to have this spot and to be representing my great state of Connecticut on the national stage.
Exactly what Cam said. The experience has been surreal. If you asked me when I first started if I could see myself in this position, the answer would have been no. I was just there to get some scholarship dollars, meet some friends, but I've grown so much to the point where I am able to represent our state on the national stage and am confident in what I'm bringing to the table. And I think that's just a testament to the growth that we've experienced through the organization. The people that surround us and got us to this point are a huge part of why we were able to be in front of you today as these title holders and on the national stage. So we have a great support system and we both worked really hard for this too. I'm not going to discount that.
Now, I mean, other than walking away with the national crowns, how would you determine whether or not the experience was a success for you guys personally?
I think it's every part of it that's going to determine that we have been successful. Just being there is a success, being able to represent our state, being able to represent the class that we competed alongside to get to this point. All of those little things are a success in themselves. But truthfully, I just want to walk away knowing I did the absolute best that I could, put my best foot forward, and then made the most of the opportunity. So while one girl out of 52 will win, all 52 of us have the opportunity to walk away with the experience. And that's something that I'm really hoping to do.
No, absolutely. As a competitive dancer, it's in the name, competitive. Get very competitive myself. I'm very hard on myself. And I don't want to leave thinking that I could have done better. I want to be happy with how I did. I want to make the most of this once in a lifetime opportunity.
And just to kind of wrap up, do you want to give any message to your followers, your fans, family, whoever?
If there's anyone out there that would like to be part of this opportunity, we are happily accepting contestants for the next Miss Connecticut and Miss Connecticut's Teen. While we're talking about Miss America, we are preparing our next girls to step into the role come June. But truthfully, I encourage everyone to take part in this in any way they can, whether that's competing themselves, supporting a contestant, volunteering, donating. You are giving back to such an incredible opportunity for young women to grow and excel in all that they wish to pursue beyond pageants. So that's just one thing I want to leave with everyone is that giving back to our organization is giving back to incredible young women that will be the future one day.
Anything you want to add, Cam?
I just want to say thank you, like you said, to all of our supporters, to everyone that's helped us along the way. Thank you. You guys are the reason that we are able to make conversations and like be able to talk to people, reach out. It's been such a special but hard and busy 6 months. And I'm just so, again, so grateful for this opportunity, and I cannot wait to represent my home state this December and January.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
All right.